Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020 from your Florida Orchestra.
Congratulations, class of 2020.
Congratulations of class 2020.
Welcome to Tarpon Springs High School's graduation ceremony. I'm Lisa Fatalidis, principal. Thank you for joining us this evening as we celebrate our students. Please join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the National Anthem and Alma Mater.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Tarpon High, our alma mater, we are loyal to her name. We will keep her banner floating high and spread abroad her fame. Win or lose, our hearts are with her as the fruitful years go by. We will still keep bright the maroon and white of Tarpon High.
A huge thank you to our jazz ensemble and syndicated sound, directed by Mr. Christopher De Leon and Mr. Charles Cheeseman, for our music melodies for our ceremony. At this time, I would like to recognize our honored guests who are with us. Dr. Michael Grego, Superintendent, Pinellas County Schools. Mrs. Carol Cook, School Board Chairperson, and our entire school board. Mr. Ward Kennedy, Area 1 Superintendent. Our assistant principals, Mr. Scott Decatur, Mr. Sean Skelly, Mr. Vincent Natoli, and Mrs. Lisa Lennox. Senior class sponsors, Mr. Jason Ramsey, Ms. Dee Deal, Mr. Joshua Armstrong, and Ms. Catherine Henges. Mayor of Tarpon Springs, Mr. Chris Alajuzos. City Manager of Tarpon Springs, Mr. Mark Licouris. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Michael Grego as he greets the class of 2020.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it. This graduation ceremony is unlike any other and is one that will never be forgotten. Your families, friends, and all of us at Pinellas County Schools are overflowing with pride as you reach this tremendous milestone. Every generation and every graduating class faces its own unique challenges, and your class is certainly no exception. And although I know the end of your senior year did not go as expected and many of the traditions of being a senior were altered, I encourage you to acknowledge those losses and then thoughtfully shift your focus to what you have gained as a person and as a class. Because I promise you, no one will ever forget the class of 2020. You learned to quickly adapt to unexpected change and to work, learn, and connect remotely. You gained time management skills and learned how to motivate yourself. And you proved to the world that you are resilient. You have the persistence, initiative, determination, and grit to face life's challenges. And yes, there will be many challenges and joys on the road ahead. Because if there's one thing I can guarantee you, it's that the world is constantly changing. And the only thing you can control is how you adapt and respond to that change. You also learn the importance of giving back to your community. In addition to the thousands of community service hours you completed prior to March, the Pinellas County Schools graduating class demonstrated compassion and generous hearts by making masks and face shields, preparing and providing food, and virtually visiting people in need. I know you will make this world a kinder and better place for future generations to come. And as a class, you've been galvanized together forever by this shared experience that only you and your peers truly understand. Individually and collectively, you are stronger for having experienced this moment in history together. And as your superintendent, know that I am incredibly proud of you. Members of the class of 2020, while this pandemic may have taken away or changed some of your senior year traditions, it could never take away the laughter, the friendship, the memories you've made with your classmates, teachers, and school staff over the past 13 years. You will go on to achieve many, many wonderful things over the course of your lifetime, and this exceptional year will become only one part of your success story. And one day, I hope you look back and realize that this experience has made you a stronger, better person. And finally, always remember that you have excellence inside of you. And some of you may have already found it, and some of you may still be on your journey to identify what that will be. But reaching this milestone is evidence of and a step towards that excellence. So don't ever give up. Discover your gifts and then share them with the world. We're counting on you. The incredible class of 2020. Congratulations and good luck.
Hello, I'm Carol Cook, chairperson for the Pinellas County School Board. It is an honor to have this opportunity to congratulate the class of 2020 on behalf of the entire school board. Although we may not be able to celebrate this milestone in person, nothing can diminish the tremendous pride we have for you. You have worked hard over the past 13 years to get here and have faced unique challenges over the past few months. I am incredibly impressed with you and how you have made the best of a difficult situation. I've heard so many stories about how you've reached out to each other, how you have helped others in the community, and how you have shared your talents. Your strength, creativity, innovation, and heart are an inspiration to me and the entire school district. I must also share my appreciation with all of the parents and family members who have guided our students and supported the school district as we navigated uncharted territory and transitioned to digital learning. Thank you for your flexibility and understanding. Graduates, despite missing out on a traditional senior year events and ceremonies, you are still the class of 2020. You are a class like no other. You have successfully overcome challenges with which no other class has dealt. Your 2020 diploma confirms that you have the knowledge, the skills, and the perseverance to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. We are living in a new world, but this crisis will end, and you will be stronger for it. I know that you will rise to the challenges ahead and do great things. Best of luck, class of 2020. Our district and our community are rooting for you.
Thank you, Mrs. Cook, for those kind words. Graduates, distinguished guests, family, friends, Tarpon Springs High School alumni, it gives me great pleasure to welcome each of you to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2020. We are blessed to have a supportive and committed team of individuals focused on making Tarpon Springs High School the best school possible for our community and our district. Please join me in recognizing and thanking our dedicated Tarpon Springs High School staff, our guidance counseling team, school resource officers, Tarpon Springs Police Department for their continued support and safety advocacy, Tarpon Springs High School support staff, our athletic coaches, and our club sponsors. In addition, Our efforts would not be possible without the Tarpon Springs High School families, parents and guardians, community volunteers, mentors, alumni, community members, including the mayor of Tarpon Springs, city commissioners, and our city manager, Tarpon Springs Rotary International Club, Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce, and the Tarpon Springs Merchant Association. Your encouragement, support, and love for Tarpon Springs High School contributes so much into the success of what we complete and accomplish each and every day. A special thank you to our District Strategic Communications and High School Education departments, as we could not have presented this year's virtual ceremony without you. Thank you. Our student presentations and roll call of seniors will begin momentarily, but first, I'd like to share some highlights from this year's senior class. As our 3-year capital construction project wrapped up earlier this winter, and the last 9 weeks of campus swiftly shifting to a virtual learning platform due to the impact of COVID-19, Tarpon Springs High School persevered through all the challenges with a strong finish. Our students, our staff, our instruction did not skip a beat. As principal, I'm very proud of each and every one of you, our graduates, our students, our staff, for working together as a Tarpon Springs High School family of one. We are celebrating 298 graduates, and as a collective whole, our graduates come with an average GPA of 3.32. Graduating high school is an epic example of the celebration of student success. This year, we're also celebrating our students who are graduating with academic honors. 125 of our graduates are graduating with academic honor designation. 28 students are graduating cum laude. They maintain a GPA between 3.5 and 3.7. 20 of our graduates are graduating magna cum laude, GPAs ranging from 3.8 to 3.9. 77 of our graduates are graduating summa cum laude, and their GPAs are at 4.0 and above. 82% of our graduates in the class of 2020 participated in accelerated coursework and or earned an industry certification over their 4 years of schooling at Tarpon Springs High School. 21 of our graduates participated in the early college early admissions program at St. Petersburg College. 56 graduates are currently working on earning their ACE diploma. 13 graduates plan or have signed letters of intent to commit to one of the 4 branches in the United States military. 5 graduates signed letters of intent to play college sports. Congratulations to graduate Annabelle Ellison. She was recognized as one of Pinellas County Schools Athletes of the Year. Our school is also extremely grateful to our local community as well as the Pinellas Education Foundation for their support and partnership. This year, our graduates were awarded over $500,000 in post-secondary academic, career, and military scholarships for them to pursue continued education. To our graduates, in my final address to you as your principal, and also from one sponger to another, please remember that this graduation ceremony serves to symbolize the opening of a new chapter in your lives. Tarpon Springs High School will remain dear to you, and the memories and friendships that you have cultivated over your high school years will mean even more to you now as you become alumni. You have brought many days of joy to all the staff. Watching you embrace these last 9 weeks of school with the style and grace that you did speaks volumes for your character. On behalf of all the faculty and staff at Tarpon High, we thank you for your inspiration. To the parents and families of our graduates, we thank you for your continued support and your partnership these last 4 years and sharing your students with us. Let us now begin our student presentations. Our first speaker this evening is Salutatorian Madeline McCreary. Madeline has made a GPA of 4.67 and is graduating summa cum laude. She's been an active member of the Tarpon Springs High School Student Government Executive Board, ACE Council, yearbook editor, as well as participated in many extracurricular programs, including being a member of the tennis team. Madeline is planning to attend the University of Florida in the fall to study biomedical engineering. Welcome, Madeline.
Individuals don't evolve, only populations evolved. We all learned this in freshman year biology, hopefully, yet there doesn't seem to be a word more fitting for the way we develop and change over time. None of my fellow graduates are leaving here as the same person that began high school 4 years ago. Each choice we make, adversity we face, and conversation we have shapes us ever so slightly, slowly morphing us throughout our lives. High school is the first opportunity we are given to truly explore who we are, to find our individual voice within a safe bubble. We choose how we want to spend our time, learning more than just the curriculum in our classes. Now that this bubble is popping, our journey is only beginning. From this single point, we leave with infinite possibilities. The paths each of us will embark on are unique to us. No two experiences will be identical. The lessons we have learned over our time in high school will follow us for the rest of our lives. I'd like to share one of mine. The first track meet I competed in freshman year, I was told I was running the 300-meter hurdles. From the second I arrived at that meet, I had already lost. It wasn't due to the fact that I had less than 2 weeks of training, but because my heart wasn't in it. Coach told me I was running the race and that was final. I made excuses far before the gunshot ever went off, and when I fell on my face after that third hurdle, I wasn't surprised. It took a girl in the lane next to me yelling, "Get up," for me to finish the race. I had set myself up for failure, the excuse I used to spare myself from embarrassment. I told myself I was never going to run that event again, and that held true for the next 2 seasons. At this year's home meet, sadly the last meet I'll ever compete in, the other team had no one running the 300-meter hurdles. I wanted to conquer the race that had defeated me freshman year, but my inner voice attempted to hold me back. With some light pushing from the other team's coach and Ariel, I prepared to run the event. Standing at the start line felt so different this time. I wasn't running this race for someone else, it was for me. Each hurdle cleared was liberating. I proved so much more to myself than just that I could finish a race. My hope for all my fellow graduates is that as we evolve, we stray away from motivating ourselves with extrinsic factors and find things that intrinsically fulfill us. If all you're working for are the extrinsic things in life, whether it's money or power or fame, at some point or another you'll fall on your face like I did. But when every step you make proves to yourself that you can do it, even if you trip up once in a while, the second you cross the finish line will mean so much more. Before I finish, I would like to thank all of my teachers, classmates, friends, and family who helped me evolve into the person I am today. I will cherish the lessons you've taught me forever as I continue to grow and learn, something I hope all of us can do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madeline. Our second speaker is Valedictorian Alexander Theophilopoulos. Alexander is a second-generation Tarpon Springs High School graduate, and he has proudly maintained a 4.74 GPA. Alex is also a National Merit finalist, as well as the U.S. Presidential Scholars Program semifinalist. He is an active member of the Tarpon Springs High School Student Government Executive Board, yearbook editor, math competition team member, academic team member, ACE Council member, as well as participated in many extracurricular programs, including being a member of the school's tennis team. Alexander's leadership extends beyond the campus into the community. He advocates for a nonprofit organization called Music with Medicine, as well as remains active with his church, St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Cathedral. Alexander is planning to attend the University of Florida this fall to study applied mathematics. Welcome, Alexander.
First, I want to congratulate every single student in the virtual audience. Even though it seems like all of our hard work doesn't get a definite end in celebration, at least we get to celebrate in our own way. This is not how I ever planned giving a speech at graduation. I imagined being able to walk across the stage at Tropicana with a giant screen overhead, but in what seems like seconds, this year took a 180. Before going on what I thought would be a fun and relaxing spring break, I had to put my rackets in my tennis bag for the last time. I had walked through the halls of the 25 building as a student for the last time. I had sat in the yearbook room for the last time. I'd always dreaded the day these things would happen, but I couldn't even be sad about them because I would have never imagined they would have happened so sudden without me knowing. I keep going back to think about my last day of school. Then I look, not literally, at the people I get to share the stage with, and I wouldn't have changed that day for the world because I got to spend it with them. They have become some of my closest friends and have made me who I am. So since this year got cut short and I don't have any overly optimistic statement about the future, I'm going to just share some of my favorite memories with them. Kyriakos and I go way back to 4th grade. I've basically grown up with him and his sarcasm. He's always kept me in check with his lunchbox. Although he made my phone fly into the road and gave me a heart attack, he's probably the most unproblematic person that I know. We've gotten to be even closer during high school, bonding over the 4 New York trips to Columbia that we never got to have. We'll get that trip someday. I first met Madeline, also known as Matt and Megatron, at Music for Medicine orientation the summer before freshman year, but I didn't really get to know her until later in the year. We were the 2 freshmen that were overly stressed and scared to death in Mr. Gordon's psych class. We're always on the same wavelength, especially when it comes to going to Chick-fil-A after school every day. Working with her both in school and Music for Medicine has been amazing. Then there's Ariel. One of the best things we did was take film for the football team, which involved jamming to Adele songs on the long drives home. To this day, she holds the snow cone that I spilled at the Zephyr Hills game against me. I actually still owe her another one. She has helped me laugh through some pretty rough times, and I'm so grateful for it. I know most of you don't care about half of what I just said. What I'm trying to get across here is that there are so many superficial things that we make the center of our life. The titles, the money, the strive to be successful, whatever that may be. But it's the people around you that make the experience memorable and meaningful. Any award I have received or recognition I have gotten wouldn't mean anything without friends like them. Or my mom and dad who I strive to be like every day. Or my siblings who are always there for me. We don't need to learn to trust and care for others because we've been doing that our entire life. We just need to realize that that is our life. Again, thank you and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Alexander. Our third speaker, Kyriakos Faklis, Student Council Vice President. Kyriakos is a proud third-generation Tarpon Springs High School graduate and has maintained a 4.12 GPA. Kyriakos is a member of the Tarpon Springs High School Student Council, yearbook editor, as well as remains involved in many extracurricular programs on campus. Kyriakos has extended his leadership into the city of Tarpon Springs and has continued to serve as an intern with the City of Tarpon Springs Commission and is very active in his church, St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Cathedral. Kyriakos plans to attend the University of North Florida in the fall. Welcome, Kyriakos.
Good afternoon, fellow graduates, staff, parents, distinguished guests, and fellow community members. We were all born in the wake of 9/11. We never knew a world before that tragedy. Nobody would have ever anticipated that we would be ending our high school career during a global pandemic. This was supposed to be our year. Our senior prom, sporting events, senior trips, and everything else senior year has to offer have all been stripped from us. We were unable to embrace the final months of high school. This was the year that our entire schooling was building up to. It's okay to be mad. We were all devastated when we found out we were never going back to high school, but this should not let this stop us from achieving our goals. One important thing that I learned from the last 4 years is that we are a unique generation. We see technology in a different way than our parents and grandparents. We see beyond defining borders and political parties. We voice our opinions when needed. We truly are a resilient class. This pandemic is not going to be our defining moment. Let this experience shape who we are. We never let anything else get in the way of our goals before. Don't let this. One thing that the last 4 years has given us is memories that will last a lifetime. We may not have known it then, but we will cherish these moments for the rest of our lives. Whether it was those late night practices, pulling an all-nighter for those yearbook deadlines, or even preparing for an exam. These are all memories, good or bad, that will shape who we are and who we will become. As we close this chapter of our lives, we will each be going in different directions. Some of us will be staying in the state of Florida, while others will be going to the other side of the country. I will be going to the University of North Florida. As I begin this next chapter of my life, I will remember both the accomplishments and the sorrows that I have experienced, and I will use them as a tool so I will not make the same mistakes as I did, and can be able to accomplish even more. In closing, I would like to thank Ms. Fadelitas for giving me the opportunity to speak today. Thank you to all of my teachers for providing me with the knowledge that I need to take this next step in life. Thank you to Ms. Steele for always being there for our beloved student council. Thank you to our counselors and administrators for guiding us in the right direction. Thank you to my family and friends for always being there for me when I need it most. Thank you to my parents for being right by my side through everything and for helping me to become the person that I am today. Most importantly, thank you to God for always providing me the guidance throughout my life. I will leave you with a quote from Thomas Jefferson. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Kyriakos. And final reflections this evening come from Senior Class Vice President Ariel Zito. Ariel has maintained a 4.6 GPA and is our first female graduate to receive a 4-year Army ROTC scholarship to Yale University. Ariel will be joining the ROTC battalion and can currently prepare for entry into the Army as a ranking officer after she earns her bachelor's degree. Ariel has been an active member of the ACE Council at Tarpon High, as well as served as statistician for the wrestling team. Ariel's leadership and dedication to the community of Tarpon Springs extends beyond campus. She leads a nonprofit program called Be the Change, which provides free tutoring to the Tarpon Springs community at various locations over the last 4 years, with just recently completing the tutoring at Cops and Kids program near Dorset Park in Tarpon Springs. Welcome, Ariel.
Hello, my name is Ariel Zito, and as Senior Class Vice President, I'm grateful for the opportunity to deliver remarks during today's graduation ceremony for the Tarpon Springs High School Class of 2020. Last year, our graduation was held at Tropicana Field, a near earth-shaking adjustment from the long-held tradition at graduating from our own school. But the ceremony went smoothly, and the Jumbotron gave everyone a great view. It was a huge change, but change is inevitable, and not all change is bad. Granted though, when it comes without warning, it brings its own set of challenges. The class of 2020 has been called the class of perfect vision, but I don't believe any of us could have seen this one coming. And in terms of breaking tradition, we break the record. Change has invaded nearly every aspect of our young lives, but it does not define us. What does define us is how we respond to that change and how we force change within ourselves and around us to impact our communities and the world. Most of the time, though, change is beyond our control or only minimally within our span of influence. Whether we fight it or embrace it or simply roll with it depends on what is at stake. And right now, much is at stake. We've shared in many experiences, running down the field or around it or marching in every direction up and across it, playing the music or simply just getting to appreciate it for helping to drown out the constant sound of construction. taking care of or stealing a peek at the littlest of spongers who bring a special kind of joy onto our campus, basting, broiling, or baking culinary creations, pinning opponents, or pitching, hitting, kicking, or shooting balls to score for Tarpon, and cheering on our classmates in any and all of their sports, or as debaters or academic team warriors, or guardsmen and women, supporting all who have studied, trained, worked out, and worked hard to represent our collective identity as Spongers. Oh, and racing neck and neck through the halls to dodge a tardy pass. This is what we have all shared. At this point in our lives, though, we are standing on the precipice of change. Change from high school student to graduate, from minor to adult, from who we've always been to the true start of who we are to become. We are about to disperse, to launch into new directions. We bring our memories and treasured friendships with us, but are about to take our first virtual steps as graduates into a very real and still changing world. And before you take that step, I issue you 3 challenges, or simply call them heartfelt requests. First, reflect. Assess yourself in this moment. What are your best qualities? Make it a point to hold on to them. Are you kind, loyal, patient? Are you smart, decisive, strong? Start this exercise by being honest with yourself. We all have good qualities. Don't let them slip away. And then consider where you would like to improve. Be the change that you want to see in yourself. Now is the perfect time. Now is the beginning of the next chapter in your life. Whether you plan to go to college near or far, full or part-time, as soon as they open campuses or a little down the line to pursue traditional academic studies or skilled trade, or you plan to serve as a soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, Coast Guardsman in the active, reserve, or guard component, or you are going to pursue a career in the emergency services to protect in our community, or join the front lines in healthcare, or just take a moment after graduation to reassess your immediate future in our changing world. When you officially step forward, do so as the best version of yourself. Second, I know we are all looking forward, but take another moment before you forget to look back and recognize all who have helped us get to this point. There will be far fewer handshakes and hugs for us to give or receive this year, so write a letter. Do we even know how to do that? Or send an email, because we definitely know how to do that. Remember, phone calls are way more personal than text, and be extra patient with the boomers. My grandmother said that she didn't think she'd ever get the hang of snapbooking or face chatting, but we managed to get her up and running on Zoom, so all things are possible. And finally, be the change that you want to see in your community and the world. Gandhi issued this call to action, but it presumes that you understand the key issues. Consider the struggle of others, the impact of policies, get engaged, register to vote, and vote in every election. Sign petitions that you agree with, communicate with your representatives, exercise your voice for the good. Don't just complain, be constructive. Our views don't have to agree, but let's gather together to understand one another. Thank you for listening to me. Stay healthy and safe, and I wish each and every one of you the best. Go Spongers.
Thank you, Ariel, for your inspiring words. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Decatur to come up and confer the diplomas of our graduates.
By the power vested in me by the District of Pinellas, it is indeed an honor and a privilege as the Assistant Principal for Curriculum to present to you, Mrs. Fadelitas, the following students. I certify that the students have met all the graduation requirements for the District of Pinellas and the state of Florida. I hereby recommend that the Tarpon Springs High School class of 2020 participate in this ceremony and receive their diplomas. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Decatur. And at this time, we will prepare for the roll call of seniors, which will be conducted by Mr. Joshua Armstrong and Ms. Andrea Williams.
Alexander Theophilopoulos, Valedictorian. Madeline McCreary, Salutatorian. Kaylin Adams. Morgan Ahern. Craig Albertson. Mirna Albizra. Abrar Al-Hassani. Samuel Allen. Kevin Allen. Benormiti Angelitis. Anna Maria Angelitis. Savina Angelitis. Spencer Archambault. Latiana Archie. Ana Arredondo. Amelia Arsenault. Gina Achia. Abigail Agugliaro. Edgar Aviles Lopez. Brandon Baca. Brittany Baker. Raheem Basaria. Samuel Bean. Morgan Bennett. Mateo Bernal. Jose Berrios. Grace Binge. Constantina Bizios. Radeja Blanchard. Antonio Boggio. Nicholas Bowles. Matthew Borda Acevedo. Jocelyn Boswell. Emily Briscoe. Connor Roculio. Mariah Birch. Asmir Burrows. Brianna Caceres. Gabriel Caceres. Savi Calderon. Alexander Campbell. Ashley Cannon. Lindsay Cannon. Kara Carmody. Hannah Karstensen. Casey Carter. Chase Catalano.
Gianni Chavert. Alexander Chrysler. Madeline Sisney. Aiden Clapp. Aiden Clark. Liam Clark. Evelyn Clifton. Willa Close. Carmen Combs. Hunter Colosi. Micah Kreider. Caleb Satanovich. Fallon Daney. Garrett Dahlman. Gabriella Daniele. McKenna Dasher. Danianique Davis. Ryan Davis. Kyler Dawkins. Ashley Dees. Lola Rose DeForges. Chris Demas. Bria Dinneman. Krista Diamantes. Manuel Diaz. Abigail Dixon. Kayla Doring. Reagan Dorr. Mira Dolthy Chares. Reese Dreyer. Taylor Duncan. Kyle Dunn. Amanda Dyer. Destiny Eeks. Sierra Eining. Killian Elkin. Annabelle Ellison. Sarah Elmaker. Costadino Urgis. Isabel Escanos. Christopher Faison. Kyriakos Fakalis, Karina Farag, Cassandra Farmer, Isabella Fasci, Corinne Fiddler, Carrington Fields, Cameron Fisher,
Savannah Fogel, Anthony Fowler, Joshua Fowler, Nicholas Frodosio, Zachary Franzone, Ruben Furstenberg, Zergaria Gamble, Amanda Ganzert, Haley Gay, James Gerakios, Garrett Gilberti, Jackson Gilliland, Ember Girton, Alexander Gonzalez, Melissa Grabowski, James Grant, Sky Green, Jacob Green, Alyssa Greengrass, Tyler Gregson, Tucker Griner, Julia Groff, Francesco Gutierrez, Jude Gwinnett, Samuel Hanson, Aaron Hardy, Deja Hardy, Adam Hardy, Georgia Haritos, Mila Harrison, Alyssa Hartwick, Kyle Harvey, Komninos Hatzeleris, Christopher Hayes. John Heyman. Tony Hendricks. Jamaris Hernandez Ortiz. Wyatt Hess. Savannah Hildebrandt. Rita Hippie. Alana Hitchingham. Juliet Hobbs. Carter Hall. Sean Holliday. Nathan Hurton. Caitlin Hudson. Ava Hilton. Enna Imsarovich.
Anthony Engel. Vincent Ingoglia. Arwen Ivy. Paige Ivy. Anthony Jacobs. Connor Jameson. Isabel Jimenez. Inaliska Joubert Dupre. Stephen Cantelis. Matthew Karatonis. Panormithi Karatsas. Caitlin Katzer. Andrew Kelly. Kylie Kelly. Ashley Commit. Kyle Kindle. Gabriella Kennedy. Milena Kiozian. Christopher Kikta. John Michael Kilgore. Joshua King. Joseph Kinnear. Kennedy Kleber. Brendan Klegerman. Matthew Kolnicki. Angelique Kusarias. Karma Kramer. Thomas Kriegler. Sabrina Krijan. Oliver Kugzinski. Marianthe Leventelis. Aaron Lewis. Benjamin Littleton. Christian Leger. Cray Lopez. Michaela Lopez. Mackenzie Lore. Jacob Luque. Anaya Lunsford. Casey Macuba. Logan Magulis. Ionis Mamuzelos. Panormithi Marconios. Michael Marte. Mariah Martin. Ryan Martin. Gabby Martin. Jeffrey Massey.
Tyler Mazu Schwartz. Ryan McCauley. Megan McClough. Ashley McCoy. Sonny Robert McElderry. Nicholas McEwen. Grace McCumber. Madison Meisberger. Katrina Mercado. Tabitha Marriott. Lindsay Meyer. Raya McCune. Sarah Milarski. Joshua Minucci. Aliyah Monsanto Guzman. Carlisha Moody. Victoria Morales. Amelia Morris. Finn Muller. Jamie Mullen. Drew Mundy. Dylan Myers. Hala Nablo Taylor. Alec Nalvin. Austin Nartowitz. Robert Naskrent. Trinity Nelson. Callista Nevins. Delano Nguyen. Ryan Nicola. Blake Nielsen. Samuel Noble. Hannah Norris. Anthony Nunez. Trinity Obregon. Graciela O'Brien. Michael Olson. Jason O'Neill. Amber Oprea. Alyssa Orfeo. Reagan Orr. Rodrigo Ortega Guisado. McKenna Palmer. Alexandros Papadopoulos. Jesse Parasco. Megan Patella. Matthew Peltonen. Jennifer Pena Perez.
Logan Perez. Tyler Pittman. Kinga Pogorzelski. Victor Ponce Melendez. Sasha Post. Vladu Polos. McKenna Powell. Micah Pruitt. Kalia Probst. Ethan Proper. Katina Saris. Sebastian Coterio. Adrian Rakanovic. Cynthia Ramirez. Elena Rampy. Catherine Ramsdale. Chad Ramsey. Aisha Raoui. Marichelle Raposo Yornezis. Maria Rebus. Mary Kelly Rimmel. Autumn Reinhardt. Lacey Rimlinger. Emily Richmond. Star Robinson. Alejandro Rodriguez Yepes. Joseph Rojas. Brianna Roldan. Matthew Ruff. Lucas Ruggiero. Caitlin Sadowski. Hunter Sacadales. Vanessa Santa Cruz. Miguel Santos Espinoza. Kendall Saris. Joseph Savarisi. Hannah Schotelin. Jordan Schwartz. Lily Schwartz. Duncan Schwartz. Colton Shannon Sonderman. Cameron Sharon, Phoebe Shokri, Amanda Silva, Anthony Sapiski, Ilias Scandalarius, Jacob Scold, Katina Skutelis,
Megan Smith, Cameron Smith, Blake Smith, Caleb Smith Cuffle, Robert Spake, Kirsten Spanos, Madison Spruill, Nicholas Steffen, Allison Street, Natalie Sutherland, Michaela Taft, Justin Taylor, Kaylee Teresi, Joseph Terry, Braxton Theodore, Ashton Thomas, Themelina Terikos, Kamaria Tolbert, Andre Tomlinson, Zane Tooker, Angel Torres, Olivia Trojnar, Ioannis Severus, Nancy Turpin, Emily Vandermeer, Nina Van Gordon, Elvis Vasquez Pedraza, Brooke Vutsinas, Caden Wagner, Caden Warnes, Caden Watson, Xavion Watts, Maxon Wegenhaupt. George Wentzler. Amenia Wetherington. Dylan White. Jacob Wiley. David Wilhelm. Olivia Williams. Alyssa Williams. Tyler Williams. Alexander Wilson J. Katrina Wojciechowski. Clayton Womack. Jeffrey Young. Savina Zeronius. Noelia Czar. Preston Zoski Mitchell. And Ariel Zido.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong and Miss Williams. Graduates, please rise. It gives me great pleasure to declare that from this day forward, you are no longer seniors, but alumni of Tarpon Springs High School. Please move your tassels. Congratulations to the class of 2020. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you.